Welcome everyone to episode 13 of No Man's Land, my gameplay series on the No Man's Land map by Alien Jim. If this is what you were looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, so it is a little bit after where we left off, pretty close though. As you know, if we take a quick update looking here, we harvested all the grass, all it's cut. We're not going to cover the bunker silo until we get another cut, I think. Today we're going to work on making this field bigger. We have soybeans growing throughout our fields, and the soybeans are all fertilized and weeded and all that good stuff, so we shouldn't have to worry about any of that. And I think we're going to take the subsoiler and make this field. And one of my subscribers commented saying, hey, why aren't you using the subsoiler? Why are you using a cultivator? You know, it's a good point. The subsoiler is nice because it gets rid of the plowing requirement, so I don't have to worry about plowing right after I plant, which is definitely a plus. And I think just with our low horsepower tractors, I think the subsoiler is a better option anyways right now. So I think I am going to take that advice. But I have been using the cultivator, but we really don't have a tractor to pull it really fast. It's nice when you're making really large fields just to use the cultivator. With the mod allow cultivators to create fields just because it just goes by faster. So, but yeah, that's what we're probably gonna do. So today, before we end out today in game, let's take a look at the pigs. So we are probably gonna, we might want to give them some more straw today too. I think we're just gonna take care of the pigs today. I think we'll do a little bit of cleaning around their pen. There's only 88 in here. I already have 4 loaded up here. I think I'm only going to take 1 load of 4 over tonight, and then in the morning we'll take a bunch over. And then I think I might work on the field a little bit. So let's go ahead and drive these guys over. All right. I love our trailer. This is the Lizard 500 series, in case you were wondering. There should be a link in episode 12 in the description for this trailer. That's when we added it. And I'm recording this episode before episode 12 comes out, so hopefully you guys are good with using this trailer. If you're not, please be okay with it for at least another episode before I get rid of it. But it's not a bad little guy. I like the trailer quite a bit. It's just kind of an old style horse trailer, and it holds 4 pigs, which is pretty reasonable. And it's only 5,500, which I also think is honestly a pretty appropriate price, and probably what you'd find one of these used in real life for. So I think that's pretty good. I don't think that's half bad. We're going to go ahead and I didn't do any improvements to the town yet on this episode. I think I will, though. I think I'll do a couple improvements, maybe add something. I want to keep doing that, just adding every episode, add a thing or two to the town to make it just slowly get better and better. So yeah. Also, too, Xbox Grandpa commented and left a link to a mod. I don't think it's in the mod hub per se, but it allows you to place everything anywhere. So essentially, there's no like distance requirement. Like stuff doesn't take up space. Can I sell right here? Yeah, perfect. $4 grand. Perfect. But stuff doesn't take up space, so essentially what that means is you can just place stuff in buildings or on top of each other or anything like that. So obviously I wouldn't do stuff like that, but it would just make it so you could kind of place stuff wherever, which would be kind of nice. So I might give that mod a test run. I didn't download it yet, but the other thing I want to do is I did not look too far into slurry tankers yet, so you want to start looking at getting slurry going, because I think honestly I think we're low on liquid fertilizer. We might have enough to do a couple of fields, but we really don't have enough to really probably even go through a whole nother round of harvests on the fields that we have. So excuse me, we're probably going to have to work on getting a slurry tanker so we can start doing slurry, which is kind of our goal. So then we're doing solid fertilizer with the direct row planter. So that's how we get one fertilizer state, and the second one will come from slurry, which I think is fantastic. I think that'll be perfect. And obviously the grass will just get it from slurry, because it only needs one state. But yep, so we got canola growing. Actually, what I'm probably going to do tonight is I'm going to take care of the pigs, and I'll probably do this all with you guys here, might as well. I'm probably going to take care of the pigs, and I'm probably going to go try to cut out some of the stumps. Well, I may not do all the stumps with you guys watching, so you guys might get bored. But and we'll probably just leave the truck up here, because we're going to use them right away in the morning, because we're going to want to clear those pigs out. I'm hoping we have this guy maxed out or pretty close to maxed out at 100. So we're gonna need to go get a tractor here. But yeah, this area is ready to become a field. It just has to have those stumps cut out. That's all that's really left here. So not too much work there left. All right, where are all our tractors? I think they're parked over around here. We sold the soybeans and the silage last episode, and we got a ton of money, so that was pretty exciting. I'm going to dump off the fertilizer spreader here, and then Oh, I got closer to the... I was like, where's that sound coming from? I got closer to the wood chipper. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word, but all right, let me get this guy outfitted with some different tires here. Actually, we're gonna go and repair him. We might as well. 425, not too bad. Let's customize him in here. He's not worth anything really. If you go, he's that's pretty cheap. Oh man. All right, let's switch this guy over. Oh, wide tires already got. This must be the, yeah, this is the good one. That makes sense. So perfect. We'll just put the wide tires back on. I like to have the kind of the beefier tires on there, especially since we already have them. I don't think we ever had to buy them for this tractor either. Maybe we did, but I can't remember. But once you have them, obviously you can just keep using them. So it's kind of nice. I know we don't have the wide tires for the other tractor, but we do have narrows for the other tractor. So, oh, I'm gonna need a trailer, of course. Of course, I knew that. Go back and get a trailer. That would be so nice to start getting some of this stuff cleared out. I think a slurry tanker, and then after we get our next round of like silage and stuff going, we start to really earn some extra cash. I think we get another plot of land, start building up from there. Yeah, there's so many things we can get going. I guess I should have just, probably should have just used this tractor since he's already hooked up to everything. Oh well, is what it is, I suppose. It's alright, I'd rather use this guy. This guy's older, more run down, has more hours on it, and actually has more horsepower, as we mentioned already. But yeah, I think we'll just use the big trailer. Let's deconnect that back trailer. We don't need two trailers for this. Matter of fact, two trailers would make it quite difficult to clean up the pig pen and get all that stuff taken care of, so that definitely will not help us. Oh, all right. Well, as I'm recording this, I think we're up definitely over the 150 mark for subscribers, so thank you if you're subscribed. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for being on the channel. I'm serious. It means a lot to me that you guys are enjoying this. The channel's building up quite fast, a lot faster than I thought it would. But I mean, it's not like we're going viral or anything crazy like that. It's just I'm getting, I think, on average between 5 to 10 subscribers a day, which is great. That's fantastic. If we keep up at that rate, we'll be I'll be up a lot higher in subscribers before you know it. We'll hit that 1,000 mark before you know it and beyond. I do want to get this channel monetized eventually and add ads and stuff like that. I'm not doing this just to make money or anything like that, so I don't want you to get that wrong idea. Hopefully you guys believe me. But it would be nice to make some extra money on the side doing this, because I think I'd be able to spend a little bit more time actually making content and stuff, and I think I'd be able to do a little bit more stuff away from work. And not that I don't like my job or I want to get out of my job. I still want to do my job. It's kind of almost have to. It's farmer cop, you know. I can't not be a cop and have this channel going. But no, one of the things I want to be able to do is not have to, you know, take overtime as much. Try to avoid overtime as much as possible and just spend more time making videos and stuff like that. So that's kind of one of my goals. And if I'm making I'm not going to make a lot of money on ads on this channel. You got to be kidding me if you thought you're going to make a lot. You really don't on YouTube. You don't make a lot of money from ads. I know some YouTubers make a living out of it, and that's awesome. But I don't expect my channel to ever get to that level, which is fine by me. But I do enjoy making the videos quite a bit. I'm very glad I started a YouTube channel. All right, so pig should be it'll update right now. Perfect. So that's all up there. They got plenty of food. They've already eaten through. All of our sugar beets are out now. We'll probably have to do our sugar beet harvest eventually, but oh man. All right, let's actually go get them some straw. It's glitching out again, of course. Trailer glitches out when I use the milling machine sometimes. I don't know how much straw they're gonna need, so we'll just kind of load up a trailer and dump the extra back, I suppose. We do have a ton of straw, and again, we're gonna use this eventually, but not all on pigs, but eventually I want to do pellets. So I want to do some straw pellets and probably some hay pellets too. I think that'd be cool. But yeah, that's kind of where we're heading. So much stuff to do on this. Also, another subscriber, I can't remember their name right off the top of my head. If I remember when I'm editing, I'll put it up there. They said, hey, can you do sheep instead of cows in No Man's Land? And you know what? I think I'm just going to do all of them eventually. I think sheep might even be the next one we do, just because sheep are going to be a little bit easier to set up than cows will be. I mean, not to a point that it really matters a whole lot, but yeah, it'll still be a little bit before we get another animal rolling. We'll obviously need more land and stuff like that. And I just want to get us a little bit more income before we get to that point. So we'll see what happens, but it'll be a little bit before we get that, probably a few episodes down the road at least. Oh, don't put it in the bucket. I hate it when the milling machine does that. It just makes me angry. Oh well. There, I don't know what way he's dumping it. Sure, yeah, dump it away from the pen. That makes sense. I know I can change the tip side, but it's fine. We're already committed. Really might even need... No, they'll be fine. Yeah, they're good there. Alright, let's go... Turn on the help menu. Sorry, I need it for this. Well, yeah, I should be able to... Why isn't it showing me the tip side? Oh, it is. Tip side... Back. I don't think you can dump... Can you dump straw out the grain door? I feel like you shouldn't be able to do that if you can't do that. Oh well, we will we'll just back this guy up over here and dump out the remaining, so the pig should be pretty well taken care of. How's their water? Yeah, we might as well go turn on their water faucet, just get them topped off there. Good to go. I know on seasons you can only feed the animals for like the trough will only hold up to 2 days worth of food, but in the regular gameplay you can put up to 10 days of food in there. Yeah, 10 days, that's what it is. But yeah, all right. So I think I'll just dump the milling machine off over here. How much do we have manure? Not quite enough to want to take a load of 38,000 liters of silage is, or not silage, 38,000 liters of slurry is nothing to be, I don't know, nothing to be whatevered about. Don't know where I was going with that. I love even the animations on this. It's perfect. I love the noises the pigs make too. It's great. All right, so they're pretty much well taken care of. We'll get more pig food for them eventually, but I think I'm gonna let them try to ride that out for a while so we can get some more money from them before we start investing a little bit more in them. We still got 42 grand, but I want to try to spend that on, like I said, like a slurry tanker. So I might even just drop this trailer off here. I'm not gonna need it right now. We're gonna go pick up the the stump cutter, so we can get rid of some of these stumps out here so we can start making our field. And I'm sure I'll probably miss like 10 stumps. Well, not that many maybe, but I'm sure I'll miss several stumps. And it'll be frustrating as I'm trying to go through and create a field, but it'll all work out in the end. It will get done. Probably be easier from in cab to back up to this thing. There we go, as long as I'm going the right direction. All right. Yeah, it looks so much more open that way. I don't know if I like it or not yet. I think I will once there's a big field here, but I just don't think I like all the random stuff that's sitting out and about. But once we get rid of that, I think I'll like it a lot more. I feel like there's a stump in there somewhere. Maybe not. It's starting to get a little dark. It's starting to get a little late too, I guess, too. But so yeah, I think what I'll do, I'll probably just start cutting some of these stumps. I'll try to get these guys knocked out, and I'll bring you guys back in. Because after I get the stumps knocked out, I'll probably just go ahead and call it a night, and then rest, and then in the morning we can work on getting this guy taken care of, and we'll see how our... well, actually, we got to haul pigs in the morning. So haul pigs, then we'll work on making this field, and then we'll hopefully have some canola. It's canola right planted, right? Yeah, it's canola. We planted canola. We just harvested canola yesterday in Sandy Bay 19. But anyhow, I'll get cooking on this, and I'll be back with you guys. All right, folks, good morning. So last night before I went to bed, I finished up getting all those stumps out, and I used a different tool to get the stumps out. I started using our stump cutter, but I remembered a mod, and I was going to get out of the game anyways to go look at slurry mods. And I remembered a mod that I had used before in my personal games, and I actually use it all the time in my personal games, and kind of forgot about it. But I usually use the BioBelt UM300 Forestry mulcher, this guy right here. So I sold our stump cutter and bought this guy. It's just kind of nicer and easier. I will admit a couple of my stumps were a little too tall for it, so I had to cut those again with a chainsaw, but I believe I got, well, I missed at least 2. Well, in my defense, it was dark. I'll have to go cut those. Let me go cut those real quick. If we go into our animals, so I haven't looked at them today yet. 98. Actually, we need to haul some animals, so we don't max that baby out. And if we go over to here, our grass will be to its next state soon, and so will our soybeans. And soybeans here actually are ready to harvest. So We'll be doing some, or not soybeans, geez, canola. We'll be ready to harvest today, so we'll be doing some of that. And we should be able to get our field done. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do to upgrade the town yet. Kind of thinking about it. And I did add in 3 other mods regarding Slurry, kind of. I added the IT runner pack, and the reason I added that is because there was a Slurry container that looks kind of cool. Unfortunately, the IT runner pack to get the Slurry container is going to be pretty expensive. It'll haul a lot more than, per se, like if we go in here and look at Slurry tanks. It'll haul a lot more than this as far as quantity. It's this guy down, this guy right here, the Slurry container. Yeah, 55,000, but again, it's 34,000 plus the $55,000 for the IT runner. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna get this guy plus a spreader, because this guy holds 23,000, which isn't bad. We can pull it with our tractors that we have now. How much does that hold? 15. Yeah. So I think we probably end up getting this guy to haul stuff around because it's only 32,000, and then we can get just this guy, entry level Slurry spreader, just to get us off the ground. So we don't have the money for that yet, but I'm hoping that we'll be able to get the money for that soon. I mean, quite honestly, we can buy this guy first and then get the tanker later. And we may end up getting, I think it's in here. Go to silos. Could be wrong though too. Actually, does this hold Slurry? Yeah, this holds Slurry. 45,000 for a lot there, so that's an option for Slurry storage and digestate storage. Where was the other one? Let me see here. I think it's in miscellaneous, actually. It's part of the Slurry Trader mod. There's a Slurry storage pit. Yeah, 15,000 bucks. That's probably what we're gonna end up getting. It's a kind of an in-ground pit. It looks very similar like what the pigs would have and stuff like that. So we might end up putting that somewhere. Excuse me, just so we can haul. Well, actually, that's. Maybe we get this guy so we can haul the digestate back since we already have. Yeah, that's a good point. That's 30,000 for the 2, and that'd be 2 separate points we'd have to have versus if we go in here and look at the liquid storage. That's going to give us everything we need. Plus, we can hold milk in that as well. So maybe we just jump up and get that because that's 45,000. Yeah, it's expensive, but we might end up getting that. Yeah, we can't afford it right now. So I wanted to kind of look and see how we could place it, but yeah, I don't know. That might end up being something we get. So anyhow, those are the mods I downloaded. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't mention the other one. So the one I was looking at getting, the guy at the end here, this tanker here, these two right here actually are together in the same mod pack. They're part of the Cot Garant tank trailer pack. So yeah, I think that'll be what we end up using. So those are the 4 mods I downloaded: the bio belts, the Cot Garant, the IT runner pack, and the Slurry container. Also, one of my well, I'm assuming he subscribed, hopefully subscribed, but someone left a comment, Sean B left a comment saying, hey, to fix, you know how we had the little landscape issue over by the vehicle, like kind of machine shop or repair shop that we built in the town. So I guess we can probably fix that by, I guess there's a mode in Global Company that allows you to kind of place stuff anywhere. So we might end up trying that out just to get that fixed. That would, I think, be very helpful for us. So that might be something we look into. But yeah, so this is kind of what we got going. We're going to make a field today. We're going to sell a lot of pigs today. So actually that'll get us up probably enough to get our Slurry stuff set up. And I think that'll be the next thing we want to get going because we're starting to get low on fertilizer. And actually this trailer should be, I mean, we pretty much could probably start using it. Can I move this? Perfect. Yeah, we got another trailer back. Fantastic. We'll get rid of the straps maybe. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So yeah, we got another trailer back, which is awesome. That'll be nice to have that freed up. Yeah, we're getting low on seeds too. We are going to have to go get some more stuff eventually. But I'm not too worried about that yet. Maybe we take the flatbed over and get a load of stuff today to kind of fill up. But let's actually go sell some pigs. I think that's what we need to work on. If I remember, I think I loaded some up. Maybe. We'll see in a second, I guess. Oh, there's actually quite a bit of land like in this treed area here. We might, I don't know what we'll do with it. I kind of want to keep it trees to a certain degree, but we'll kind of see. All right. Perfect. Confirm that. Fantastic. I will drive these guys over. And how are they? Looks like they're making a mess. That's not too bad. Yeah, they're doing pretty good for a lot of stuff. But yeah, I left the trailer there. Yeah, I wish that whole field was ready to harvest. We'd start getting that going right now. But yeah, I'll show you when we get into town too what I was talking about with that. If you didn't, in case you didn't see the last episode, I was talking about kind of that divoted area that we had over by the repair shop. Oh, but yeah, is what it is, I suppose. All right. Well, at work last night, I didn't do anything terribly exciting. I mostly worked on my casework, my reports, and getting all caught up on those. I worked tonight, but we switched to 12s, but in order to make it so we work in a 2-week period, that's our pay period, we have to work 40 hours. So in order to make sure we're only working 40 hours, we have to have one of our 7 days that we work. One of the 7 days is no longer a 12. It's going to be it's an 8-hour day. So tonight's my 8-hour day. I guess technically it'll be tomorrow for me, or at least that's how I look at it. But anyways, here's this divot that we couldn't get rid of. I mean, it's sizable. Definitely sizable. The pigs are probably not liking that, but ooh, or that. But so I might work on trying to fix that a little bit this episode. Maybe that's what I do in the town this episode, is just try to fix some of the terrain and get it evened out. Oh man, we'll see what we end up getting done though. I always like to add stuff. Maybe I could fix terrain and probably add some stuff too. So you guys don't necessarily have. I mean, it doesn't really extend the episode a whole lot. I just get to show you at the end. But yeah, we'll move those guys over. $4,000, slowly but surely here. So we sell 14 more pigs. So let's just say we're gonna haul probably 12 more over. So another 12 grand. That's gonna put us up at what, 59,000, almost 60,000. So yeah, that's going to be enough to get both the slurry stuff, or all the slurry stuff that we wanted. Yeah, that'll be great. I don't know if we'll end up buying that this episode or not. Kind of playing it by ear. I kind of like to have a little bit of a balance in case I'm like, oh, we need this, you know, or we need a piece of equipment. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But yeah. I also apologize if you guys give me suggestions or something, or say, hey, can you do this? And I don't end up doing it for a couple episodes. It might just be because I'm recording ahead. Again, I try to do some of my recording ahead. That way I'm not trying to do a bunch and staying up, you know, super late and losing sleep during my work week. So I try to do a lot of it on my weekends. But I feel like I've been keeping pretty well ahead of it. So anyhow, all right. Well, what I am going to do, I am going to haul 12 more pigs, sell 3 more loads of pigs. And then I'm going to take the BioBelt forestry mulcher deal, and I'm going to cut out those stumps that I missed. And then hopefully at that point something's ready to harvest. 'Cause I want to get the harvester going. And if we can have the harvester rolling while I'm creating that field, then once we get that field over there, we'll just go on the map and talk about it. Once I get this field harvested, then I can make this and plant this all as one big field this next round. So I really want to do that. Yeah, a lot going on. It seems like the more we get into these episodes, the more we have going on. So, which is fantastic. I mean, we're slowly making more money. I think we're going to end up having sheep, cows, pigs. I want to have just, at the end, I want to have just decent sized fields, like big fields that we're using big machinery on. Lots of big tractors. I want to get the pelletizer. Lots of goals for this series, quite honestly. I think I want to put the pelletizer maybe here. I don't know. It's kind of a nice area for like a shed. But it kind of depends, because I mean, I think the pelletizer is a pretty, or the palletizer. I always say pelletizer or palletizer, but I mean, if we look at it too, to do pellets, we need to, I mean, either we lease the pellet maker, and then, but I think we just, if we're gonna do pellets, we're gonna just need to do them all out. We just need to buy the stuff, you know. So we're looking at with the pellet. I think the pelletizer is, if we go into mailing technology in here. Should have it all downloaded, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, the premium, that's $320,000. So we don't really need the shredder. We just need this guy here. But yeah, so we're looking at $320,000. Then of course the placeable to get the to get it into pallets is going to be, is this a shed? Yeah, okay. It's $400,000 there. So we're looking at $720,000. Which, I mean, at a certain point, I mean, right now, if you look at it, we're probably making, if you average it out between all of our, you know, more recent episodes, we're probably making about $50,000 an episode, which is, I mean, it's just going to keep going up. Our pigs are now at a point where they're profitable. We got our $100,000 loan paid off, right? We paid all that off, right? Pretty sure we did. Yeah, okay, yeah. So we got all the loans paid off, so we really only can go up now. I mean, we may end up taking another loan out to get some more stuff going. We'll just kind of see, kind of play it by ear. We got our nice spinnery here where we can sell our wool when we get sheep going. The sheep pasture is actually cheaper than the pigs, so it looks like sheep in general be cheaper to go. And they only require hay, straw, and water, so they're pretty laid back. They're not too hard to take care of, or grass as well, I believe. But is it hay, grass? I haven't done sheep in a while. It's not very much anyhow, so I'm not too worried about doing them. It should be pretty simple. All right, sell these guys. Confirm. Fantastic. Another $4 grand. All right, but yeah, I'll haul the remaining. And another thing I want to test at some point when we buy, if we buy a field trailer, which I think I want to do relatively soon because our combine is getting low. So actually, maybe we'll go look at that. So we wanted to get. Is it in miscellaneous? Yeah, this guy right here, $6,500. I want to fill it at both the No Man station, and then I also want to fill it over at our fuel station to see which one's going to end up being cheaper. I'm just kind of curious. I mean, it's probably not going to matter a whole lot, but I just kind of want to know for my personal reference which one's going to be cheaper. But yeah, so I will get to hauling pigs, and then I will get to mulching and whatever else have you, and I will probably bring you back in right as I'm starting the field. All right. I took out those 2 stumps, I hauled our pigs, and I went ahead and bought us that fuel trailer. I parked it right there off in the upper right hand corner, right there. And I filled it up with gas using, it takes 1,500 liters, which I know if you go into the store here, for only a little bit more, for $2,000 more, you're getting way more capacity, but you know, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. We don't need that big of a capacity. Anyways, and I filled it up, the 1,500 liters at No Man's Land gas station, which is what I'm going to call the one at the store, and that cost us $1,500, so $1 a liter. So we'll see at the town gas station how much it's going to cost when we get to that point. I also parked the combine over there. I filled him up with gas first because he was pretty low, and I parked him over there just to kind of stage him for harvest. And I was thinking about the field. I was originally going to kind of go out to where the road's at and make it a little bit wider, but I decided to keep it this width just because if we end up doing bigger equipment and bigger stuff later, we're going to want to make the road wider. So I'm going to leave it wide so we have space to expand, and we can keep mowing the grass for now. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this guy down. And you're not going to do anything yet, which is fine. Yep, perfect. All right. And I'm using the subsoiler, so we shouldn't have to worry about plowing. I can't remember who said you should do that, and I apologize, but that's a good idea. I do like to use the cultivator quite a bit just because it makes just big fields fast, but our equipment with the big cultivator that we bought, our equipment really isn't designed for that big of a cultivator, so this is honestly just probably a better option. It probably is a little bit faster anyways, or if anything else, it's the same speed, so it won't matter a whole lot. And just thinking about wide roads, I'm not going to go all the way up to there. Probably going to stop right there. That's where I'm going to stop. But yeah, I'm going to work on the field while I'm waiting for everything to be ready to harvest. Our pigs are, well, I got them down to 82, and now they're up to 83 again. We probably won't haul any more today, and then tomorrow we'll end up hauling probably 5 loads, which 5 times, that'll give us another 20 grand, which will be awesome. So, yeah, that's going to be fantastic. We're just rolling in dough now. Not really, but we're getting there. We're getting slowly but surely, we are getting more and more wealthy. So yeah, that's good news for us. But yeah, I'll get this field knocked out, and I'll probably bring you guys back in when I get close to finishing her up. Alright, so I finished up the field, and I found another stump, so I just decided that as I was doing it, I might as well just keep the bio belt attached. So that's what I did, and then of course I didn't find any other stumps, but it is what it is. So this portion of the field's pretty much done, good to go. Once this is harvested, we'll connect them up here, right down that line. We just honestly need to do right down that line, and then I'll probably end up subsoiling this field, even though I know I don't need to with my seeder, just so the plowing is just at the same time for these guys, so we don't have to worry about it. So that will probably be what ends up happening. But yeah, so for now, I'm just trying to think what we can get done around here. Pigs, actually, you know what, we can probably clean up around for the pigs. Pigs are a little bit messy right now, so we can probably get that done while we're waiting for harvest to get going. Because, yeah, how's the grass doing? Yeah, we want to hold off on that for now. But, yeah, so that's going to be awesome to have that extra yield there. That'll be fantastic. We might end up looking at a couple of vehicle shelters and see if we can't maybe sneak one into this area right here. You know what? We're going to use... Actually, we could probably take that up to the store, too, and buy some more seeds. Probably need to do that. That's actually another good call. Something we can do while we're waiting. So that'll probably be what we end up doing. Just so we can get loaded up here so we're good to go. We don't have to worry about it for a while. Yeah, let's get the pigs all cleaned up and what have you. All right. And the Miracle Mod continues to work as needed. It does have some glitches and some issues, but I still stand by it. as you know. Oh man. All right, and I parked the horse trailer. Oh, do I want to do? Yeah, there we go. Okay, and I parked the horse trailer just right there because, well, I guess for us we might as well call it a pig trailer because that's what we use it for. But just because that's a little bit easier. How are the pigs doing food-wise? Yeah, they got a lot for a while, so I'm probably not going to worry about it too much. Probably end up wanting to do another sugar beet harvest at some point, but they're doing fine for now. How's manure doing? Decent. Storage pretty high. Just waiting for harvest. Yeah, I'll probably just park this guy. Taking this thing out right here. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to want to use this guy to go get the stuff at the store just because, well, mostly because this is the one that has the front loader attachment ability. So that's kind of key for what we're doing. Where did I put the front loader? Oh, that's right. It's over by the, that's right. It has straw in it as well because of the dumb milling machine throwing some straw in there. Oh boy. Well, we'll go get that fixed up here. All right. I just clobbered into that. Yep, 98 liters of straw. Perfect. That's just, there we go. And it's done with. Oh boy. Go dump this guy off, this bucket off, and then take the flatbed up to the store, and I think we'll, yeah, let's take a look here. So seeds-wise, we'll just buy, these are just easier to maneuver around and deal with, so 2, 3, might as well buy just, we'll just buy, whoa, I don't know how I did that, 4. Yeah, we'll just buy 4 of them for now, which, yeah, no, that's a little bit of cash, but we're going to need it eventually anyways, so it'll be worth it in the long run, I think, for us. Great demand at the sweet shop. We better check that out. Or sunflowers, something we do not have going on at all. So, disregard that. Set the bucket down there. I actually want to try to get, you know what we're going to do real quick. Can we get rid of, I'm going to turn the help screen on because I ain't an expert at this. Can we get rid of this guy? Sure we can. Oh, can we not? Darn it, I know you can get rid of some of them. Can't get rid of that guy. That might change our plans a little bit. We might end up just putting a shed here then. Yeah, what kind of sheds can we put down there? I really want us to get a shed just so we can start parking our stuff in there. Easy shed with lights. How much is that guy? That would fit right. That would fit. We'll turn it around, obviously, but that would fit right in there. 9 grand. I know that's expensive, but that would be it. That's a nice shed. Oof, but that is a lot of money for us right now. Didn't have some other options in here. Put one of those down. Oh man, how much is that guy? Well, that guy's more money. I don't know. I kind of like it. Let me spin it around. This is kind of nice and open. I kind of like it. It's something different, you know? Yeah, I think I want it up in there like that. Because eventually we'll clear out all that stuff behind us here, and we'll probably end up putting, I don't know, if we clear all that out, we could put the pelletizer in there. What if we did this, like, in here? Get that. I think it's messing with that trailer that's there, so let's get that guy moved. Turn the help screen off for now. Ah, bummed we can't get rid of that rock. That means we probably can't get rid of those rocks. I guess it only worked on that one. I guess it was just the one we got rid of was just a terraform feature. And I know we can cut the sign over at the over by the store that gets rid of all the rocks on the map, but I really don't want to do that. I want to kind of have just some flavor, almost. I guess I could call it flavor, or you know, I just want to have some stuff going on our map. I don't want it to be plain. So I want to try to hold on to a lot of the rocks and a few of the trees and what have you, just to keep it a little bit more exciting. This guy's actually pretty low on fuel too. Let's go fuel him up. Might as well over here, right next to our brand new fuel trailer. It does fuel up a lot faster from this than it would from a different buy point, so that's kind of a nice feature at least. Oh boy, there's our fork way out there in the, yeah, right out here. Perfect. Ooh, is it facing the other way? It is. Let me turn around. Or I could try to turn the fork around by doing that, I guess. It all works in the end. It all works. Alright. That works. But yeah, let's go try to place that shed again. We're gonna do this one right here. Yeah. Turn him around again, of course. Okay. Yeah, what is that colliding with? Probably the rock then? I'm gonna go with, yeah, it's colliding with that rock. Set it back. Ooh. Like out over the water? That might be kind of, I kind of dig the idea. Maybe we do, yeah, it's definitely that rock that's interfering with. I always don't want to pull the trigger. Let me, Control Q. Oh, that little, wow. Well, there it goes. It's gone now. Yeah, like we're like right there. That height. Sorry, a lot of focus going into this. Yeah, right there. All right, not too bad. Oh, let's get, yeah, that's not too bad. We can still even mow behind it if we want. We gotta go take a look at it. I'm sorry, we can't just be driving around without taking a look. Well, we have to go pick up the trailer anyway, so we could drive this way anyways, I guess. Yeah, let's take a look at that. Oh, yeah, 15347. Not bad at all. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like this little shed. It's got a step nicer than what we had. Yeah, the easy shed probably would have been nicer, kind of looking more official, but we'll get more sheds as we go. We'll probably end up putting, I mean, honestly, eventually I want to get just some of these guys and just have all of our equipment and these kind of guys here, just because they're so nice. I love that mod so much. They just look so nice. Such high quality sheds. The warehouse actually is well, I don't have enough money to place it, but it's a big building. Farm garage. Oh, that's like the one that's on, what's the name of that map? Maybe those are from that map too. They might be, but anyhow, there we are, folks. That looks nice. I dig it. We can start putting our equipment in there. Yeah. I don't know what else to do for now. Actually, let me go see. I probably want to download, I may want to download a, gosh, that's such a big bunker silo. I may want to download a mod and get us a different bunker silo. Well, I don't know. Ours aren't bad. How big is that one compared to this guy? A little bit wider, not by much, a little taller. Yeah, it's honestly not that big of a difference, but actually, let's go back into that menu there. I'll just, it doesn't matter, just any random thing. Because, yeah, if we owned, we're probably not going to be able to get rid of that then, I'm assuming, either. We might be able to get the pelletizer in here. We might end up just, when the time comes, we just build it here or somewhere, you know? Or build it somewhere else on the farm. I kind of like this space here. Eventually, if we get some of this, to get a hold of this, this is like a good spot around the lake here for like kind of like what we're dealing with our equipment and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll keep kind of going. We'll keep kind of deciding what we want to do. If you guys have any ideas where I should start placing stuff or building stuff, please let me know. I could use the tips on that just because I'm not sure exactly how I want this thing to be laid out. And I want it to be, you know, laid out nice the first time so we're not selling stuff a bunch of times and then trying to rebuy it, you know, and losing cash that way. So, oh, it's actually the end of the trailers on that side. But yeah, I'm going to go run down to the store. I'm going to pick up our seeds. Hopefully by the time I get back, our fields are getting closer to being ready to harvest. If they're not, we'll just hold out, I suppose, for now. But yeah, that's what I'm going to work on. Well, folks, I'm at the store, as you can see, and I thought I'd bring you in for this since, well, obviously I wasn't very smart about how I how I loaded the trailer. So, yeah, well, yeah, that is, yep, that's interesting. And actually, I decided too while I'm down here, I'm probably, I mean, we don't just need seeds. You know, we don't need any more liquid fertilizer, obviously, because we're switching to our other fertilizer method and what have you. But what we do need more of is we do need more herbicides. So I'm going to buy, I think, let's buy 2 of those. And then we do need more solid fertilizer as well. So actually, oh, I forgot to look. How much is this guy? Herbicide, 1,500. So that's $750 per 1,000 liters, if I did my quick math correct. Yeah, that one's more money. Darn it. Well, we have, we'll need to remember that. That one's not, I think that one's actually even a little bit cheaper too. Then fertilizer-wise, 2,000 liters for 3,200. 2,400 for 25. That's cheaper. So, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, that's what we want to go with, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, wasted a little bit of cash there, but that's not too big of a deal. We'll buy 2 of these pallets as well. So that way, yeah, perfect. I'll load this up. Hopefully better this time. I'm going to try to add one of these to the front, and hopefully that will balance out the issues I caused. But oop. A little bit lower. Again, I'm terrible at driving this in-game, but in real life, I'm actually pretty good at driving these things. Also, I'm trying to use bale fork so I can save the money, which I actually don't know why I'm really doing, because it's just kind of unnecessary. Well, that's not liking that at all, so let's just set that down for a second. All right. There, much better. Anyhow, the struggle is real. I will keep loading up our trailer. Alright folks, so I got all that stuff back. Oh boy, I put the 2 herbicide tanks here. It took me forever to do this, but I finally was able to get them all kind of loaded. They're relatively neat. I kind of shoved them up against each other, and then this one I was just able to move around by hand, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, so I got all these guys in here. I figured we could put the cedar right here, kind of back them in. I was hoping I made this wide enough for it to kind of back in, which it probably maybe technically is, but not with my backing skills, so we can just disregard that. And then I put the sprayer extra tank in here just because we don't use it a lot, and I put the bio belt next just because we really don't use it a whole lot either. We won't use it a whole lot. And then I put the milling machine obviously here, just easy access. That way now it has a garage it can sit in, and well, we use that one all the time. So and I think over here on this side, on this side here, I'm going to put the combine, I think now, just because this is a nicer shelter. And then I might just park the tractors in here, back to back. And then over here, what I did was I put the cultivator in here to put the subsoiler here. Now you can't pull the cultivator out past this, or you might be able to, but it's pretty tight. But we don't use the cultivator a whole lot anyways. And I put just that over here, and I might put a trailer in here or whatever. I staged our lesser horsepower tractor over by the combine with our... I used the trailer that was in the flatbed configuration. I put it back in its 12,000 liter capacity configuration, which didn't cost us anything because that's how it was before. And it's sitting over there on a tractor. Combine's still waiting. Actually, literally, I kid you not, guys. Just as I started recording that, it must have jumped up into the next harvest date because it was not ready. I was looking in here right before I literally opened this up to hit the record button off of the screen, and it was not ready to harvest. That's awesome. But I had the more powerful mower hooked up, or the more powerful tractor hooked up to the mower because the grass is ready to mow. So I'm gonna mow the grass. I'll probably hit that section. Well, that section looks like it's kind of not ready, but I'll hit the 2 fields we have at a very minimum. But we can go get that harvester rolling. This episode is probably gonna wrap up soon. Honestly, the thumbnail might be the new shed just because it's probably the most exciting thing that happened. But we'll see. Maybe we'll get our slurry stuff and what have you. But all kind of depends. So I'll get this guy going. Hopefully we get a pretty good yield off of these fields. Nice, not too bad, not too bad. Alright, well, he will work on that. And I will go hop in the other tractor and I will work on mowing. But yeah, we're a little low on cash now. We bought all that stuff, but that's okay. We needed it. So now we're stocked up on stuff for a while, I think. I think we have a lot of stuff for a while. And yeah, I wasn't expecting to buy a shed, I don't think, this episode, but I think it was helpful. I'm pretty glad that we bought it. Well, how much is that slurry tanker that I wanted? It'd be nice to buy that too. 23,000? We might be able to get up there. We'll see if we sell canola or not today. We may end up just taking out a $10,000 loan just to get that guy, just because it'll be nice to have it. But Yep, that'll be okay. We'll figure that out. I will work on mowing for the time being while the combine works on harvesting, and I'll bring you guys back in once something happens, maybe? Hey guys, just working on mowing here, and I realized I have not said a darn thing, hardly, about law enforcement at all. I just said that I didn't do anything last night, but that's not what you guys want to hear. Well, I thought of a couple of stories I'll share, a couple of quick ones, not super long. One, I can't remember if I told this to you guys or not, but anyhow, it's funny enough, it's worth saying again. Uh, this girl, probably in her 20s, called the police because her car was covered in snow. We get a fair amount of snow where I live, so we probably had a couple of feet of snow, and her car was, she just left it parked for a couple months out in the snow just on the side of the street. So, and then also too, if you don't deal with it, the snowplows just, which I don't like the fact that the snowplows do this, but it is what it is. They just shove the snow off to the side, and it just kind of blocks in a lot of cars. So you kind of have to shovel out your car as the snow comes and as the plows push it up against your car. So you just kind of have to keep on top of it. Otherwise, you may not be driving your car for the rest of the season. But so she calls the police, which, and which sucks. I get that this sucks, but this is definitely not something that the police are here to help you with. She calls and says, "Hey, I need someone to come shovel out my snow." Like thought that was like just a general expectation that if I call the police, yes, of course they're going to come shovel my car out of the snow. No, we're not. That's not what we do. Have I ever shoveled someone's car out of the snow? Yes. I shoveled this old lady who, her car was just she kind of slid down a hill and into a snowbank. So yes, of course I shoveled the old lady's car out of the snow. She had a shovel there. It wasn't like I had it sitting around in my patrol car or anything like that. But of course I shoveled that old lady's car out. She was 90 years old. She needed her car out of there. So it's like, yeah, there's an exception of when I'm gonna. Oh, I need to go over here to get the milling machine. But there's an exception of when I might shovel someone's car out. But no, if you're able-bodied, anyone can shovel a car out, or have your friends help you do it, or whatever else. But in general, we're not gonna be able to shovel out your car. So, not necessarily what the police are for. Another story, also a winter one. I saw this car driving, so another issue we have is cars that don't clear their snow off before they drive their car, which can be a safety issue. I've seen several collisions occur because people have not cleared the snow off their car. And now if they have a little bit on the side windows or whatever, no big deal. The windows I'm worried about is if they have a ton on their, obviously their front window, and then also the back window is a big deal because you can't see out the back. So I stopped this guy because all he did was clear off like just enough to see out of half of the front of his windshield. The rest of his car was covered in snow. His mirrors were iced over, everything. He couldn't see anything around his car, just straight out in front of him. So I pulled him over, and it took him forever to stop. Not necessarily because he was trying to not stop, but it took him forever because he didn't know I was pulling him over until I started activating my siren. He couldn't see the lights through all of the junk on his window, which proved my point a little bit further that, hey, you got to clear that off before you drive. But so he pulls over, and I say, hey, and give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance. Those are what people are required to give me by law when I stop him for a traffic violation. So he gives me all of his stuff, and then he says, yeah, there's something wrong with my license that, I got pulled over a couple weeks ago, and the officer said there's something wrong with my license, and I can't remember what it was. And I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I asked him, I was like, is your license suspended? Which would mean, it's a misdemeanor in the state that I work in to drive with a license. Well, I mean, it's a misdemeanor in most states in the United States, but if not all. But if your driver's license if you just don't have a driver's license, it's a traffic violation. If your driver's license was suspended, that makes it a criminal violation for you to drive a vehicle. An example of how you can get your license suspended in the state I work in, like if you get arrested for DUI, you get a minimum 3-month suspension on your license. So you're not supposed to drive for at least 3 months. Now you can get that changed or revoked, and also it can be elongated. Like if maybe it's your second DUI, they might say, well, you know what, we're going to put a 10-year suspension. Yes, that's pretty common actually, a 10-year suspension. So you can't drive for 10 years unless you get like an ignition interlock or something like that. But anyhow, so I was like, okay, well, I'll see what's going on with your license. And so I run his license. I go back to my car. There's a computer in my car, and a lot of times I run it through dispatch, but I just ran it on my computer because he was kind of acting a little weird. He was kind of just seemed kind of odd. So I ran it on my car, and he was just a little confused. But and his license was not valid, so that was the issue with it. It wasn't suspended, thankfully for him, but I went back up and I said, your license isn't valid. He's like, oh, is that what it was? I was like, yeah. I was like, have you done anything to fix it? He's like, no, I haven't done anything. I was like, and that officer warned you for it? He was like, yeah. So I wrote him a ticket for driving without a valid license. Cause like, you got to take care of that, especially if an officer told you and you just completely neglected to take care of it or do anything. He was like, no, I haven't called the Department of Licensing. I haven't gone in. I haven't done anything to see why my license is not valid or anything like that, or done anything to renew it. Oh, I was just like, I'm sorry, man, I got to give you a ticket. There's no way I can justify not giving you a ticket. And in general, I mean, I stop a lot of cars. I do a lot of traffic stops and stuff like that, just because I think there's a lot of good law enforcement ability in stopping cars. And I also think it's a great way to communicate with people in the community in both a positive and a negative way. I mean, in general, I try to make every traffic stop positive. You know, I try to explain, hey, I'm not just giving you a ticket because I'm trying to be mean. You know, what you did I consider to be, you know, a legitimate safety violation or a legitimate issue that can really cause a harm to someone, or, you know, whatever the case may be, or their tabs are so far expired. You know, it's just like, how can I not give you a ticket? But I make it a goal on every traffic stop where I give someone a ticket to get them to say thank you at the end of it. And I don't say, you better say thank you, you know, or anything crazy like that. But and essentially I sell it in a way, and I give it to them in a way that a lot of times they're like, hey, you know what, thank you. You know, I apologize, or, you know, whatever. I'm like, hey, you know, that's a good outcome. Because even then, I think that was probably a positive experience for them. You know, I'm not a police officer up at their window being a jerk about what I'm doing. I'm just being nice to them. I'm just being human with them. I'm not any better than anyone else I pull over or anything else that does anything. You know, we're all humans. We all make mistakes. So I just try to be good to people, and people tend to be good to me too. You know, I've had people I've arrested that have said, hey, thank you for everything you do. You know, thank you so much. You know, thanking me for their interaction with me, even though I arrested them. So it's like, if you treat people with respect, you know, it really goes a long way. Sorry, that kind of went more than a story off on kind of a long tangent, but I really do believe in that, and I think that shows in my police work, and I try to make sure that does. So, I mean, I stopped probably, I think last year at work I made around 1,000 traffic stops, which is quite a few. If you divide that out, you're like, okay, that's quite a few a day, you know, and everything like that. And I think I only wrote maybe 100 tickets total. So like out of the 1,000 people, like, you have a 10% chance of getting a ticket from me. And, you know, a lot of my tickets were speeding tickets, and my speeding tickets are like, I don't write speeding tickets unless you're going at least 15 over, at least. So I'm pretty lenient. I don't even stop people for speed unless they're going at least 10 over. And if they're going 10 over and they haven't been warned recently, you know, I'll say, all right, hey, you know, slow down a little bit. Because I've been pulled over for speeding. I've gotten speeding tickets. It happens, you know. A lot of times people aren't paying attention to stuff like that. But it's like, hey, you were going 45 in a 25 mile per hour zone. It's like, I can't not give you a ticket, you know. Another big one for me that I'll always write for is if people are texting while they're driving. There's no warnings for that. Matter of fact, my department kind of it's like a department expectation that, hey, if someone's texting and driving, it's like, you know, and like I was talking about earlier in my previous episodes, you know, I was out measuring stuff for a collision last night. There was a fatality collision where it sounds like the driver was likely texting and then ran a red light on a highway and T-boned another car and probably killed that person. Well, they did kill that person, but that was probably what was the cause of it, because they weren't paying attention because they were on their phone. So, yeah, very important. I am very big about traffic safety, and I also think that it's a great way just to interact with the public. If I can make someone think, you know, if I pull someone over and I give them a warning and I talk to them, I be a human with them, not just RoboCop, you know, it goes a long way. I think that they recognize that, and they recognize I'm not being a jerk, and, you know, I'm just doing my job. And then I count that as a positive interaction with law enforcement, because in general, in the United States, a lot of people's interactions with law enforcement are going to be on traffic stops. But yeah, so I'm going to finish collecting all of our grass. I think our combine's probably done now. I think I saw a memo pop up just a second ago, but yep. And then I'll probably wrap up the episode here pretty soon. This one might be a touch longer, but yeah, I will be back with you guys. Oh, you see what's on the back of this guy? I did take out a $10,000 loan, but I could not help myself. I wanted to get a slurry tanker, and we've waited too many episodes to get one, so we are getting one. Now, we may have not finished that field that we're working on for 3 episodes now, but we sure did get our slurry tanker. But I'm going to go probably fill it up with digestate and then take it back to the farm. In the next episode, we'll keep working on getting our canola taken care of. We'll probably start in the evening, kind of like we'll start right after where we're at right now. So we'll keep working on getting our canola off. Sorry, no upgrades to the town. I will add a couple, maybe I'll add a little bit more to the next episode. I'll add some more upgrades to it, but no upgrades to the town. this episode. The other thing we're going to do next episode is we're going to finish collecting all the grass. We're probably going to let our silage ferment at that point because it'll be pretty full. But this should work right here, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah, perfect. Fill this baby up. Fantastic. Fantastic. I know, only 8,000 liters. We definitely want to get a tank maybe later on, but because it'll go through that really quick. But for the time being, I don't have an issue driving up here and picking it up, so shouldn't be too big of a deal. But yeah, so this has been episode, what are we at now? What is this going to be? Episode 13? That's pretty good. We're making it pretty far. If we've already gotten this far at episode 13, I mean, it's exponential. We're just going to keep making more and more cash. So again, guys, please check out my Facebook page, like that. If you have not already, follow me on that Facebook page, Farmer Cop. As well, I'm working on the Discord server, as I've mentioned. I know you mentioned that every episode you're working on this Discord server. I'm going to get it going. I just want to make sure I set it up right before I get it started. But if you enjoyed this video, guys, please hit that like button. It helps out a ton. If you have anything you want to see in future videos or anything you want me to change or do different, please let me know in the comment section, or any tips for me, please let me know in the comment section. And if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button up on your screen and check out any other any other content that is up on my page. Again, this has been Farmer Cop, guys. Thank you, and thank you for watching.